Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back in the dream game as per usual on every Tuesday, and we're gonna finally add some basketball courts in the environment place. I never know what to call this. Where all the houses in the school is. Anyways, if we check it out right here, we have all of these houses, we have the school, and we have this big open spot, which used to be concrete, and I decided, no. Let's make it a park, so it'll all be grass, and then it'll have two concrete pads on it, which will be basketball courts, and I think it should be a pretty easy build today. Also, reading the comments, you guys like the time lapses, but not for most of the video. So if we were to time lapse, which we're not gonna today, should be a pretty simple build. But if we were to, shorter, I got it. I'm reading, I got it. Guys, first things first, we need to put a part down. I think I'm just gonna copy this one, so it's the same height. We'll drag it forward, and we will shape this into the sort of size and shape that we want the basketball courts. I'm thinking something like this, maybe? Let me see, can two of those fit on here? We got one right there, we got one right there. Yes, they will. Now what I'm gonna do for the lines is make a decal because we're trying to use the least amount of parts possible for long-term optimization. Also, we need to rename these because right now they're called alley and it's not the alley anymore. I think this is how you spell court. We're going for it. All right, and then I want to make these a bit lighter. I don't think they need to be that dark. Perfect. And instead of concrete, let's see. Oh, this is an actual variation of concrete. So let's just move this back to no variation, and that should make it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now what we're gonna do, I think I have one copied. Can we paste? Yes, there we go. We have the basketball court. We are gonna have to rotate this part and kind of re-stretch and scale it. But with the decal on it, we'll be able to tell what actually looks normal. It needs to be a little bit thicker. I think that's actually like pretty good. Let me see. Maybe like that and a little thicker. It's not gonna be perfect. We're gonna try this. Definitely a bit thicker than I wanted them to be, but I think that looks the most natural. Now we're gonna sink these down into the ground like so. Looking pretty good. And now we'll add some rocks, grass, all that stuff around it, so it looks a bit more inhabited, I guess I could say. First things first, let's go to our, where's it at? Our editor. Terrain editor, we want to paint on some normal grass. We'll make this kind of big, and I'm just going to paint all of this right there. So now we have grass all over that. We'll grab these parts, go to our plugins, grass fixer, fix selected parts, and then give it a second to load. I guess, did I just miss? Like I didn't select some parts? There we go. And now, okay, all of the grass. That was literally pointless. Also, this decal is a bit ugly, but for now, it'll definitely work. I guess we'll paint some rocks on and I don't know, maybe some dirt. So we will add rock. You never want to paint them because they are sort of a three-dimensional thing. So we'll just put one there, one over there, maybe one on the corner, maybe one right there, and one right there. Because why not? And one right there. Now we'll go to paint. Let's grab mud because that makes sense to me. Put this down to 1. And obviously this trail is going to be walked quite a bit. So we're going to paint all of that as mud. And then we'll do sort of on the sides as well, just because I feel like that's where people would walk off. And now I think all we really need is the basketball hoops themselves. Those will of course be a 3D model, not a decal. And then maybe some fences, which I think we have and we could just resize. I'm gonna grab some of the fences from over here, but I'm gonna make them quite a bit taller. So let's copy and paste this, bring them over to the basketball courts. And I think we're gonna have them just on the corners, so you can go in and out of the court on either side. That's looking good to me. Now we'll delete one of those posts, group these together. That is looking pretty all right. And then we'll just duplicate it and put it on every corner of both ports. I think that's pretty good. Let's move it back one more. Perfect. And then let's grab these, duplicate them, and throw them onto this one. That is looking pretty good. Up next, we need basketball hoops themselves because what's a court without hoops? So to Blender we go. All right, guys, I just went on Google and got a simple image of a backboard. This is just so everything will be sort of proportionally correct. And this should be a very easy build. First, we're going to start out with a mesh cube. Perfect. And we're going to scale this to match up with this backboard's geometry. Easy. Scale this up to the top. And then we're going to just press A and do S and X to scale both sides at once. That is perfect if you ask me. We're going to go to our side view, S and Y to scale them in. because of course a backboard is not a thick. And then we're going to try, I think I'm going to try to inset. So we're going to inset here, and then here, that can be a red line. Inset, and then we will edit the lines. All right, hear me out, guys. Let's move this to here, and then one down here. And now we can grab this face and inset it one more time for that other piece of red. Now that we have those, we can click these lines and these lines, P selection. And if we go into our material view, we have a backboard. Now all we need is the hoop. So what I'm gonna do for the hoop, let's see. We're gonna start with a cylinder. I think that's gonna be our best bet. And I'm gonna bump this down to, let's say, 16. Hopefully that's all right. Now what I want to do is let's grab this face, bring it down like this, and we will make this sort of line up with our pre-existing one. So top face about there and quite a bit bigger. Grab that top face, scale it up, and we'll just have this down for now. We can always use proportional editing later if we want to fix it. What we're going to do next is go ahead and subdivide it. Let's go into our edit mode, click right here and subdivide. Where is that at? Right there. Perfect. And let's bump this up to, I don't know, 20. Oh, that's a lot. 10? Still quite a bit. Maybe 5. 3. 3's okay, but it sure did give us a lot on these ends. We'll try it. Now what we're gonna do is unsubdivide. And as you can see, it looks a little glitchy because this is at 2, but if we bump it down to 1, it sort of gives us a basketball net shape. Now with this, we can go back into our object mode, go to modifiers and wireframe modifier. And as you can see, it's pretty much a net. We'll increase the thickness a little bit, maybe to about here. And let's see, let's delete this. It's not horrible, guys. We'll put it out here. And honestly, we could make it a little bit better, but I don't think we need to add too much geometry. So I think this is fine. Let's go ahead and apply that. Go into here, grab this ring. Perfect. E to extrude. And then I'm going to grab this ring and extrude along face normals. Now we have our actual rim, which we could probably bring up just a little bit more. I'm going to do it like this so it has a little bit of a bevel. And then I'm also going to bevel the outside as well, just like this. Even though it's probably pretty pointless. I want to make things look good, but no one's going to notice if this has a bevel on it or not in the game. So we're actually going to dissolve these edges. We don't want to have any extra geometry that we don't need, I guess. Down here is definitely looking a little tragic. Let's see. Can we grab just these middles? Perfect. And then let's turn on our proportional editing and let's try to make this more net shape. Something like that. And then down here, and then right here. Whoa, hold on. I think we need to do that all in one swing. So let's just try the bottom, bump our proportional editing up and scale it down. I think it's not great. I'm gonna keep it like this for now because I don't think it really matters too much. And I also am not going to extrude the faces in the back because I don't feel like we really need those either. I don't feel like it'll be something seen. But if you wanted to connect this, like if you were using this as a basketball hoop tutorial, I would just grab this face and this one and extrude it back and maybe scale it out just a little bit. But now that we have this, let's get the pole it stands on, but we could probably just use a Roblox part to keep things cut down as well. Yeah, let's go for that. Don't really have a curve though. Okay, we're gonna make it a blender. We're curving it. Let's go mesh, cylinder. We're gonna go to 10 sides. We want this, once again, just as less intensive as we can, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right about here. Scale it down a little more. That looks good to me. And then we're gonna grab our cursor and we're gonna put it right here. You guys will see why in just a moment. Edit mode. Let's go to face select, grab the top. Perfect. And now we're gonna go to our spin tool and put this on the x-axis, hold control, and check it out, guys. A perfect spin. We're going to turn our steps down quite a bit because I don't think that overly matters. And then we're going to extrude this into the basketball backboard. Wireframe, grab this and extrude it down. And there's a basketball hoop. I don't know why I said it like that. Pole could definitely be a bit thinner, but I think it's all right. And I was going to add a little more detail, but once again, we should just keep it simple. Now, the last thing I want to do is grab the top of this rim and separate it from the net so we're able to change the colors in Studio. There we go. We now have everything as its own selection. So let's export it here, put it in Studio, and then the basketball court should be pretty much done. All right, guys, Roblox is retrying to upload the hoop hole. There we go. Looks like we're going to be good to go. Perfect. Let's insert these with location, group them right away, and then let's see how they fare with our basketball court. All right, a little big, no worries. Scale this. All right, we can't scale it down, so we go to our plugins model resize. There we go. What a lifesaver, man. What a genuine lifesaver. Go down a little more. Something like that looks good to me. And now let's just center it out. And also reset our origin so our controls are normal. We're gonna line this up with the back of the court, and now we'll give it some colors and then just duplicate it to the other 3 spots. Boom, we got 2 hoops. Now we'll just duplicate both of those and bring them over. That looks about centered to me, and there we go. We now have a basketball court. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the fences. I want something to add detail over here, but those just don't look right to me, so I am gonna take them out. I do think it looks better without them. Just honestly, if you guys have any ideas for a round or anything to change in this area, please let your boy know in the comments below. I think a tree would be cool. Duplicate this and just kind of put it like over here. Maybe rotate it so it's a little different. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, why not? If you guys have any ideas for this area, please let me know in the comments below. But I do think that's gonna wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.